Okay, this is Aleister Crowley's 777 Kabbalistic writings. Vel prolegomena symbolica ad systemam septico mysticae vae explicande fundamentum hieroglyphicum sanctissorum scientiae summe. 777. The following is an attempt to systematize alike the data of mysticism and the results of comparative religion. The skeptic will applaud our labors, for that the very Catholicity of the symbols denies them any objective validity, since in so many contradictions something must be false, while the mystic will rejoice equally that the self-same Catholicity, all-embracing, proves that very validity, since after all something must be true. Fortunately, we have learned to combine these ideas not in the mutual toleration of sub-contraries, but in the affirmation of contraries, that transcending of the laws of intellect which is madness in the ordinary man, genius in the overman, who hath arrived to strike off more fetters from our understanding. The savage who cannot conceive of the number 6, the orthodox mathematician who cannot conceive of the 4th dimension, the philosopher who cannot conceive of the absolute. All these are one. All must be impregnated with the divine essence of the phallic yod of Macroprosopus, and give birth to their idea. True, we may agree with Balzac, the absolute recedes. We never grasp it, but in the traveling there is joy. Am I no better than a staphylococcus, because my ideas still crowd in chains? But we digress. The last attempts to tabulate knowledge are the Qabalah denudata of Noor von Rosenroth, a work incomplete and in some of its parts prostituted to the service of dogmatic interpretation. The lost symbolism of the vault in which Christian Rosenkreutz is said to have been buried, some of the work of Dr. D and Sir Edward Kelly, some very imperfect tables in Cornelius Agrippa, the art of Raymond Lully, some of the very artificial effusions of the esoteric theosophists, and of the late years the knowledge of the order Rosae Rubae et Ore Crucis, in the Hermetic order of the Golden Dawn. Unluckily, the leading spirit in these latter societies found that his prayer, "Give us this day our daily whiskey, and just a wee drappy mare for luck," was sternly answered, "When you have given us this day our daily knowledge lecture." Under these circumstances, doth got mixed with Dewar, and Beelzebub with Buchanan. But even the best of these systems is excessively bulky. Modern methods have enabled us to concentrate the substance of 20,000 pages in 2 score. The best of the serious attempts to systematize the results of comparative religion is that made by Blavatsky. But though she had an immense genius for acquiring facts, she had none whatever for sorting and selecting the essentials. Grant Allen made a very slipshod experiment in this line, so have some of the polemical rationalists, but the only man worthy of our notice is Frazer of the Golden Bough. Here again there is no tabulation. For us it is left to sacrifice literary charm, and even some accuracy in order to bring out the one great point. This, that when a Japanese thinks of Hachiman, and a Boa of Lord of Hosts, they are not 2 thoughts, but one. Cause of human sectarianism is not lack of sympathy in thought, but in speech. This it is our not unambitious design to remedy. Every new sect aggravates the situation, especially the Americans, grossly crapulously ignorant, as they are the rudiments of any human language, seize like mongrel curs upon the putrid bones of their decaying monkey jabber, and gnaw chaos growls and howls. The mental prostitute, Mrs. Eddy, for example, having invented the idea which ordinary people call God, christened it mind, and then by affirming a set of propositions about mind, which are only true of God, set all hysterical, dyspeptic, crazy America by the ears. Personally, I don't object to people discussing the properties of four-sided triangles, but I draw the line when they use a well-known word such as pig, or mental healer, or dung heap to denote the object of their paranoid fetishism. Even among serious philosophers, the confusion is very great. Such terms as God, the absolute, spirit, have dozens and dozens of connotations, according to the time, place of the dispute, and the beliefs of the disputants. Time enough that these definitions and their interrelations should be crystallized, even at some expense of accepted philosophical accuracy. The principal sources of our tables have been the philosophers and traditional systems referred to above, as also among many others: Pietro Diabano, Lilly, Eliphas Levi, Sir R. Bertong, Swami Vivekananda, the Hindu, Buddhist, and Chinese classics, the Quran and its commentators, the Book of the Dead, and in particular original research. The Chinese, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, and Egyptian systems have never before been brought into line with the Qabalah. The tarot has never been made public. Eliphas Levi knew the true attributions, but was forbidden to use them. Subnote: this is probably true, though in agreement with the statement of the traducer of Levi's doctrine and the vilifier of his noble personality. All this secrecy is very silly. An indicible arcanum is an arcanum that cannot be revealed. It is simply bad faith to swear a man to the most horrible penalties if he betray, etc., and then take him mysteriously apart and confide the Hebrew alphabet to his safe keeping. This is perhaps only ridiculous, but it is a wicked impostor to pretend to have received it from Rosicrucian manuscripts, which are to be found in the British Museum, to obtain money on these grounds, as has been done by certain moderns, is clear and, I trust, indictable fraud. The secret adepts are not to be revealed to men. We only wish they were. When a man comes to me and asks for the truth, I go away and practice teaching the differential calculus to a bushman, and I answer the former only when I have succeeded with the latter, but to the former only when I have succeeded with the... But to withhold the alphabet of mysticism from the learner is the device of a selfish charlatan. That which can be taught shall be taught, and that which cannot be taught may at last be learnt. Number 3. As a weary but victorious warrior delights to recall his battles, Forsetan hac olim memenisse juvabit, we would linger for a moment upon the difficulties of our task. The question of sacred alphabets has been abandoned as hopeless. As one who should probe the nature of woman, the deeper he goes, the rottener it gets, so that at last it is seen that there is no sound bottom. All is arbitrary. Subnote: all symbolism is perhaps ultimately so. There is no necessary relation in thought between the idea of a mother, the sound of the child's cry, ma, and the combination of lines, ma. All right, everybody, this has been a reading of Aleister Crowley 777. Go to tarotcardsnow.com or call 312-498-0517. This is Tarot Cards Now.